Hi, it's Thursday, the 5th of February 2026, and welcome to this week's My Thoughts blog. Now, firstly, apologies for last week not getting one out. I just didn't really get it together last week. I was struggling to know exactly what sort of content to do. But this week, no problem at all. Thank you very much, Mr. Mandelson. So, wow, interesting, the fallout from the Mandelson scandal. Interesting because it seems like it may well threaten Keir Starmer's job. That's it. That's the talk at the moment. Which is strange because what he said is that initially that he didn't want to disclose any of the documentations and information regarding the appointment of Mandelson to his position as the ambassador in the US, which, considering he's just based his election on transparency and openness and honesty, and then advocated for Hillsborough law, surely you should want to do that. He should be saying, almost using it as a dry run. Let's be open. Let's see what happens. But it depends. Does that then put him in an impossible position because it says something about him? We don't know. But I guess the backpedal he's done is to allow the ISC to see anything that is potentially harmful to national security. So, yeah, I suppose that'll do. Depends on how much you trust the ISC, I suppose, but I think it's the best we can do. As to whether it threatens his job, it may well do. Who would replace him, though? And that, because when I think about it in terms of what does that mean for the nuclear test veterans, it all surrounds the issue of if he goes, who replaces him? Because we have spent a long, long time, years, building up relationships with John Healey, the Defence Secretary, the OVA, the Office of Veterans Affairs, and to a certain degree, Keir himself. He knows about us. He's met us when he was in opposition. I'm sure he's kept up to date with what's happening with us because we're constantly pecking their heads. We're certainly in contact with his office. So if he goes, we need someone who is sympathetic and aware of the cause that we are fighting for. Now, for me, the ideal would have been Andy Burnham, but they stopped that, which was a disgrace, absolute disgrace. I mean, it should be best person for the job, shouldn't it? And to say that, oh, it's because it would cost too much to do a mayoral election and the by-election, well, since when have they worried about money before like that? Not a chance. I mean, are they handing it to Reform? Quite possibly. Quite possibly. So Andy would have been a great choice. The other obvious candidate, but I don't even know whether he would put himself forward, would be John Healey. If John Healey was PM, then yeah, he wants to do the right thing by us. Got a lot of faith in that man. Met him a few times. Nice guy. We can work with him, definitely. And I think we will get a decent outcome. But for the moment, I'm hoping that Keir does stay in post because of all the work we've done. We're trying to get the meeting with him. He said he'll meet us. So yeah, stick around for a while, Keir. We need you. And to some, that might not be a very popular opinion, but for the nuclear test vets, I think it's important he stays around, at least until we get our issues resolved. So yeah. Another interesting thing, this week, I spent the afternoon at Liverpool University with the students who are analysing the Merlin database documents. It was really, really nice to see such engagement and enthusiasm from the students, and the fact that there was actually loads of them there, far more than I thought. So that was really informative. I learned a lot on that afternoon, and it was a good chance to, I think, for them to meet us and to know who they're doing it for, because that must put a personal stamp on it, so that when they're going through these documents, they can think of John Morris, myself, Alan. We were all there. It puts a face to it, doesn't it? And the personal touch is always so important, I think, and that's often what's lost with many things. The documents, they could just look like documents, faceless documents, but probably each one relates to loads, certainly individuals or groups of individuals, and that needs to be kept at the forefront of their minds, I think. But I think, meeting us probably did the job. So yeah, that was a great afternoon, and so encouraging to see the next generation take an interest, because there's always been that idea that once the nuclear vets have all sadly left, passed away, that's the end of the issue. But as I keep banging on about, it's definitely not. Us descendants are coming up, behind the vets, and we are capable of taking this fight forward, and we are taking this fight forward. But also, I'm not getting any younger, so depending on how long this drags out, we need younger descendants as well to pick up the baton as such. But yeah, it was a good afternoon. Oh, always nice to get over to Liverpool anyway, and hopefully I'll go again. I've offered to, so yeah, see what happens. Any other news? Oh, just an interesting point. Well, I don't know if it's interesting. Might not be to you. I went to an antenatal class, which was interesting. Learned a lot. Yeah, a lot I didn't know. But the most important thing I found was that they still do Orange Club chocolate biscuits, because they were on offer there on the table. I had no idea they were still about club biscuits. I remember them from my childhood. So yeah, I nicked an orange one because they were the best. They've shrunk quite a bit, obviously. But yeah, that's what I got out of that. A lot of information and an Orange Club biscuit, which made my day, really. Anyway, I digress. The weather's horrible out there. Just looking out now, it's cold, it's raining. The forecast says we might get snow. I don't think it'll stick, it's too wet, but whatever you're doing, wrap up warm if you're out, because it's blooming freezing and windy, and just, yeah. Anyway, I should let you go. But as ever, thank you for watching, and any questions, please let me know, because I always like to get a bit of varied content in there, because I know some of you might be getting bored of these by now. But take care, and I will see you next week. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.